Hello again, Internet Universe. Welcome to the second installation of Questions Answered. I'm Joy Young. I work in the slam community as a performance and teaching artist. I also run around Phoenix saying I am a circus poet. So if you don't know me, hi, that's who I am. Today's question comes from an anonymous source on my Tumblr who wants to know when I started writing poetry and if I remember the very first poem I ever wrote. The very, very first poem I ever remember writing, I was like 8, and it was a haiku, and I'd never really written anything before. And that was like my first entry into kind of writing stories, and it was about the wind. Probably not my best poem. I don't actually have or remember the haiku, but that's where it's from. In college, I took one poetry course and thought, well, this is horrible, and I never want to do this again. I spent most of that time writing memoirs, which is really more of what I'm interested in. I'm interested in people telling their own stories, and poetry, specifically slam, has been in some ways a really great forum for me to be able to tell stories and hear people's stories and things like that in sort of a very formatted kind of way. So yeah, the very first slam poem I wrote, that's a hard question. I started writing all these weird little poems, like some about being gay. I have like one I wrote really early on about coming out. It was a Back to the Future themed coming out story about telling my mom I was gay and sitting down and having lunch with her. Never even broaching queerness, just always gayness, because it's a little more palatable, a little more understandable. At the time, that's how I identified. But yeah, so I've written poems about coming out, current event issues. I've written pieces for food social justice events where I collaborated with other poets. I've written a poem that's a persona piece about being the Hamburglar. Just sort of, I think people should write about the things they feel compelled to write about and that which amuses them. So for me, I'm always going to be writing pieces that are bizarre or have weird entry points into discussing who I am as a person or the social justice things that I feel really strongly about. Most recently, and if you keep an eye on my channel, I'm going to try to post this sometime soon, I wrote a poem about Joan Rivers' death, dispelling the myth that I wanted to believe that she is a robot, and that kind of ties in with a lot of my more feminist inclinations. So, well, I should go because that is a dog, and I should go take care of that. But I hope that you keep asking questions, and I'm really curious about what everyone else is writing about. So if you have like your favorite topics to write about, and you want to put them in the comments below, like that would be awesome, because I'm always doing workshops in Phoenix, and knowing what different people are trying to write about can be really, really helpful in determining what kind of workshops I might want to design. So have a good day, Internet world, and I'll see you next time for more Questions Answered. Check out my Tumblr and YouTube, links also below, and I have a Facebook too. Bye!